Honorable Member Sri Jasbir Singhal ji.
Thank you, Chairman, sir. Sir, I rise to thank our doctor, nurses, paramedic staff, scientists, police personnel, frontline workers and corona warriors for serving us, for saving a lot of people during this pandemic. I will fail in my duty in case I won't thank Baba Gurinder Singh ji of Dera Byas Radha Swami, Baba Kashmira Singh ji Gade Wale, Baba Seva Singh ji Khadur Sahib Wale, Baba Puri Wale, Baba Avatar Singh ji Sulakul Wale, who opened all their centers as a quarantine centers, provided food to the people who were admitted there. Even the migrant laborers, they were given shelter, food and medicines at those religious places. They deserve their name to be mentioned here, sir. Sir, I will restrict myself to post-corona scenario. I won't indulge in any blame game, but I would rather say that all discrepancies and shortcomings which were there in corona management, they are bound to be credited in the Government of India's account. Sir, COVID-19 is a puzzle, and COVID-19 has left many puzzles unsolved. It has changed the world in many ways. We saved our human, but put on the pause all our economic activities. After every dark night, sun shines, and now deadly COVIDs have passed. We have to prevent another COVID outbreak. We have to ensure that with proper planning, we are ready for new dawn where world has changed in many ways. Now we have to be ready with strong steps and systems in place for economic growth, which has seen downward trend. The major issues need to be tackled. Most of the workers or the manpower has not returned back to the companies or cities where they worked earlier, and we have to make their workplaces COVID compliant to restore their faith and safety. All the business, be it small shops, showrooms, factories, hotels, big companies and corporate, are facing cash crunch. No doubt government has taken some steps, but they are not of that magnitude or size which are desired. To keep small, micro, medium and startups, government need to buy from them to keep them, to help them to sustain. The business like transport, hospitality, airlines are the worst hit, and many of them, even after being honest taxpayers, are on the verge of being declared as NPAs. We need to hold their hand and give them some rebates to help them to move out of red, thereby giving Indians urgent, robust and professional response to growing public health and economic crisis. Government should be protecting and supporting families, small business, first responders, and most vulnerable to health and economic impacts, not to blame others or bail out business houses and corporations. As the danger of Omicron variant of coronas is looming on our head, we should encourage testing heavily, which include home testing, institute testing, and we can scale our vaccine and testing capacity by order of magnitude. So government should establish renewable fund for the states and local government to prevent budget shortfalls, as most of these are facing funds crunch, budget deficit, or are on higher side. Earlier too, world has faced very, very bad economic phases, be it Great Depression of 1929 and global financial crisis of 2007. And now also our economy is in the recession, which is, sir, just 2 minutes, which is more severe than the earlier one. Governments throughout the globe are showing rosy pictures, some by fudging figures and statistics, but remember this isn't politics. It's about saving people and economy. Now it's a question which way to steer new India, which way, what steps to be taken. Now globally, the strength of the nation is measured by its economy, not by the bombs. We have example of our neighbor Pakistan, who has been enslaved by China by not firing a single bullet by the size of its economy. Now we have to differentiate between short-term stimulus and to jumpstart economy and long-term strategy for transition to sustainable economy and society which is just, equitable and strong. We should take a leaf out of Dr. Manmohan Singh ji's policy to spend heavily on infrastructure and development projects of huge magnitude to keep our economy vibrant, and by not privatizing vital government assets. The physical package of the government turned out to be the fraction of what was announced. It was just 1% of GDP as compared to the other countries who gave more than 12% of GDP. So I think we have to walk and talk and do more. Thank you. Jai Hind.